Of course, I do my cornbread first. Ignore these; they kind of sunk because I was in there doing some other stuff. But I do my cornbread first. You can do any type of cornbread. I prefer Jiffy dough because I like sweet corn. Then I cut up celery, onions, and bell peppers. I do all 4 colors of the bell peppers. No real reason why. I like color though. After I cut all those up, I get chicken broth. And because I'm making a big pan, I'm going to pour like the whole thing. But I boil all of this in chicken broth. Well, the pies are done. This was my my attempt at the crust, but they look great. Okay, so as you can see, this is coming to a boil. It's almost ready, but not quite. I'll probably let it boil for about 10 more minutes. But while that's boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and start on my au jus or gravy that I use for this. All I did was cut up some Rogerwood sausage, bell peppers, and onions. And about halfway through cutting up everything, I went ahead and started heating my pan. So once it hits, it's ready. So my butter is ready. Just put about a tablespoon, not a whole lot. And then probably gonna put about this much of minced garlic. So minced garlic and butter is already in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here and let it saute and get cooked down really well. And I'll probably add some baby shrimp a little bit closer. Okay, so the vegetables are ready now. I went ahead and you can kind of tell because they start to look at the other video. You can tell they're tender now. So I'm gonna take these off the heat so it can cool down. So this is ready. It's starting to stick a little bit, so that's how you can kind of tell that everything's sauteed together. What I'm gonna do now is add just a little bit of chicken broth to that. Let that simmer for just a little. And then, so now I'm going to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream to that. And then mix it up. And some shrimp. And these are the baby shrimp. They're already fully cooked. Add that and let all of this kind of cook and simmer. Okay, so as you can see, it is a little bit watery, a little bit more watery to my liking. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I use to kind of thicken it up. I'm going to just sift out just a little bit of this and pour in some cornstarch. And I've already sifted my cornstarch so that there aren't any lumps. All I do is just kind of whisk it together. Okay, so that's coming to a boil. Then I'm just gonna pour that little mixture that I got. I'm pouring that back in there. And then I'm going to turn it down on low heat and cover it. Now, as you can see, it's kind of starting to thicken up a little bit. So it's working. Before I do that, I added some Cajun seasoning, some Nature's Own, and some pepper. And then I also added, I know you guys are like, what's that? Some browning to it. You really only need a lot because browning makes it like turn brown. So here it is. I know you see like a little bit of red. I went ahead and added like a little bit of crawfish to it as well. So I'm about to let hubby taste a little bit. He's my taster. Okay, so back to the dressing. So this has been sitting for a while. Still a little hot. So we're gonna go ahead and start adding the seafood to this. So the stuff that I add to the seafood dressing, they're already cooked, but I still like cook it again, pretty much. So it's crawfish meat, claw crab meat, and I mix up all of those items in the same bowl that I had all my vegetables in with the chicken broth and all of that. Okay. So then I put my cornbread in a big old bowl like my arm muscles ready, and then I just start smashing and crumbling up my cornbread. And it's hard to do with one hand, so I've crumbled up all of the cornbread, and I went ahead and I've added the entire pot to this new pot. That's the broth, everything is poured over into this pot. Also add in cream of shrimp, as well as cream of chicken with herbs to this. Okay, once you mix, I added in Cajun seasoning, Nature's Own, sage, black pepper, and then I'm gonna mix it and then season the taste or whatever, and that's it. So this is it. Since my mom's dinner is tomorrow, I'm going to just store this and put it in the refrigerator and cook it in the morning. Now, people were asking about the Cajun seasoning that I use, and I love it's Believe the Name. And then this is my favorite. I use it on everything. I don't even use salt. This is what I use. So those are okay, y'all. So a lot of people have been asking how I make my seafood dressing. So I'm going to, haters be like, ugh. Anyway, so I'm going to show you guys the steps that I take.